Give me my scripture. 2 Samuel. He said, now there was long war between the house of Saul, the house of David. He said, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul what? Waxed weaker and weaker. I'm saying that a day can come, as we already have these days, that there is already a battle, a long war between light and darkness. And the house of darkness, if they don't have certain kinds of functionaries, those functionaries need to be on ground. That is the degree to which we have certain depths of functionaries in the house that will determine the corporate rank, the corporate disposition, when we begin to look at things from the modern era. So you will see that a day came where the house of Saul began to grow weak. The reason why it was growing weak was that the men that should cater for the strength of the house, they are no longer there. Show me the next verse. And unto David were sons born in Hebron, and his son and his firstborn was Amnon of Ahinoam the Jezreelite. Now you will find out that it was not just David though. The Bible said the house of David. So you will find out that if a house will be strong, then we need to have what? Say sons. Then we need to have many sons. Now when we begin to come into the kingdom context, you will find out that as it pertains to the reality from the context of God, when we begin to talk about sonship, it's not just talking about male or female. So you can look at a woman within the context of the environment of God. By the time the person properly interfaces with the economy and the wisdom of the Christ, that there are levels of graduations. So the woman that interfaces with those diets, you know, yesterday we were talking about the function of the teaching priest in fulfilling priestly measure, that one of the things that the priest needs to do is the formulation of what? The formulation of diet. So there is a kind of diet that a lady will give herself to. She will emerge as a son. That the same way what a man can do, that within the context of sonship, the woman can also what? Those are the days that you will now hear words spoken in the book of Judges. The testimony of the Buddha. He said in the days of Shamgar, in the days of Jair, he said the highways were unoccupied. Men could not pass through places. He said they had to pass through byways. People were afraid. You know why? It seemed as if the enemy, they were marauding. And men that are supposed to become legislators, people that are supposed to guide the territorial integrity of the land, they are nowhere to be found. But the day came where a woman rose. Her name was Deborah. He said those days people could not pass byways. He said until I, Deborah, did what? He said I rose a mother in Israel. And on that account, warriors like Barak. If you check Barak, the meaning of Barak means son of thunder. He's a son of thunder. See, you can be carrying heavy dimensions and heavy things in your spirit, except you meet a strong man that has the capacity to be able to give you a backing and cause a certain depth of activation. That's your ordination that you have inside of you. It will seem as if it is too small. And then Barak came. Deborah told him, he said, don't worry, go down. Take the tribe of Naphtali, men of war. He said, go down. Even Barak said, we will not go except you follow us. By what means? It was a woman. He said it was Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of what? Lapidot. The man stood, the woman stood as a gate in Israel. That the possibilities that Israel needed to enjoy, a son rose in the order of Deborah. It didn't matter. So when a house will start becoming strong, it will mean that sons will need to emerge. Sons. That if we have persons who are on ground and they are not sons, the house will grow weak. So it seems as if the house of God is growing weak. Why? Because sons are lacking.